Let's talk about trim. So I'm not here to bash anybody. I'm here to educate.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, you guys, I guess it's a new trend or something like that. But I've been seeing on social media a lot of people, hairstylists, doing trims, like trimming their clients' hair. That's wonderful because I feel like that may motivate someone to come in and get a trim. They may need a trim. And so, it's motivational. It can help, somebody, like I said, come in and get their hair trimmed. But, I keep saying, trims, but I'm saying improper, incorrect, incomplete trims. So what I'm saying, I don't know about you guys. I don't know what you saying. I don't know where you at. But what I've been seeing is a lot of incorrect trims.
Thank you.
So what is a trim is when the ends of your hair gets thin, it gets see-through. You know how you can look at your ends of your hair, especially when you're natural and you get your hair pressed out. You can really see it then, you guys. But a trim basically, it just depends because you may end up needing a haircut. But a trim is usually maybe a third or a fourth of your hair may need trimming off. But the end result that you want to have when you get your trim, because see, you may get your trim, but you may need a cut. But what I am saying back to social media in these videos, I'm seeing a lot of incomplete, improper, incorrect trim. So what do I mean by that? I don't know about you, but I've been seeing a lot of trims where the stylist is not cutting off what's needed. It's not trimming off what's needed. It's not taking off what's needed. So you can tell when somebody needs a trim because if they're natural and you end up pressing their hair out at the ends, if you can see through the ends of your hair, or if your stylist, give you a mirror and let you look at the mirror behind you and you can see how invisible and see-through your hair is, on the ends, that means that you need a trim. So one thing about me, you guys, when I was doing hair on a regular basis, even if I had a new first time client, even if they were new first time, a lot of times people don't want their hair trimmed. But, with me being confident, me being in the industry for so many years, because you're going to make your client feel comfortable or not comfortable if you are not confident as a hairstylist. So if you're trying to explain to your client that they need a haircut, trim rather, but or end up may needing a haircut. If you're trying to educate the client, which you should do at all times, whether it's a new client or a long time client, you should always be educating. But for me, I always had 100% success rate as far as doing a very first time client in my chair. They never been to me before, very first time in my chair. And I would explain to them and educate them as well as show them why they need a trim. I will also educate, train, and show them how much they need off. Because again, at the end of the day, I'm working for them. When you sitting in a hairstylist chair, the stylist is working on your behalf. Because at the end of the day, when they finish your hair, you're gonna have to pay them. So they're serving you. That's why it's called a service industry. So anyway, I always had 100%, success rate with not convincing, but educating a new first time client that, girl, look, you need a trim. Let's get this off. So, but I'm seeing a lot on social media is a lot of hairstylists are making videos of trims. And like I said, that's wonderful. That's amazing. That's great. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is they're not taking off what need to be taken off. It's like the stylist is afraid to trim off what needs to be trimmed. It's like the stylist is scared. I'm like, don't be no fraidy cat, because at the end of the day, if you don't trim off what's needed, like I'm seeing a lot of stylists doing trims, but when you look at the ends, you're thinking, okay, wait a minute, they need to take off another inch, another half an inch, another third of an inch. But you guys, they end up with still, you can see right through the ends of their hair. And so, you just wasting your money if you're a client and you sitting in a stylist chair who don't know how to do a correct, proper, complete trim. That's going to affect you and your hair. Because at the end of the day, if they don't do and trim off what needs to be trimmed off, guess what? You're going to have more breakage, more splits. So it's going to be making your hair worse. And you think that you just sat in that chair and got something that's going to make your hair better, make your hair healthier, make your hair grow. But that's why you got to check behind hairstylists. And don't be afraid to do that. And don't be afraid to tell them, look, Brittany, whatever your name is, I don't feel like you trimmed enough of my hair off, because I can still see through the ends. Look at your ends. Get that same mirror they handed you before they did the trim, and look at the back and see if they trimmed off enough. So, again, I feel like they're not trimming off enough. Maybe it's just the videos I'm looking at, and I don't know what the stylist is seeing, but I'm seeing invisible ends. So for the hairstylist, if you're not trimming off everything that needs to be trimmed off, you really not doing your due diligence, and you really not helping the client. You're going to make those ends are going to continue to split, because they're damaged and they're dead and they're old, and that's why they need trimming off. And so if you have convinced and educated your client enough to go ahead and say, okay, you can trim it, then you need to trim off what's needed. Don't play around with people's hair. Don't play around with people's money. Don't play around with the health of somebody's hair. If you're going to be making videos of trims and posting them on your social media, that's wonderful. But please do not, because you giving me some ideas to make videos, because that's why I'm doing this video, because I see so many videos on social media of people, hairstylists are not trimming off enough.
Thank you.
The second part of this video that I want to talk about is what is a correct trim, is when you cannot see through the ends of your hair. So, and then how do you tell if you need a trim? Because you take a mirror when you at home, you stand, facing with the mirror, your bathroom mirror in the back of you, and you take that mirror, your hand mirror, and you look and see. If you can see that your ends look see-through, meaning they look thin at the ends, meaning that you can kind of see through the ends, that means you need a trim. So you don't have to wait on your stylist or a stylist to tell you that you need a trim. Go ahead, book for a trim, and then after they trim your hair, the hairstylist, you need to use a mirror and look to make sure they trimmed enough off, because what I'm seeing is incomplete trims. So you don't want an incomplete trim, especially when you pay money to get it, because they not doing their due diligence. You just gonna have still that same damaged hair, because your ends are, guess what, they split, they thin, they not healthy, so they gonna break off anyway. So I want you to check the stylist, and don't be afraid to tell your stylist, I can still see through my ends. Could you go ahead and trim off what's needed? Because obviously, if you just got a trim and he or she just handed you the mirror, and you look in the mirror and you can still see see-through ends, that mean they didn't do a proper trim. So you hand them back that mirror and you politely say, can you trim off what's needed, because I want my hair to be healthy. I'm working on something right now, and you need to do that, because guess what, you're paying them. They're, guess what, a service provider. They're serving you. So the incomplete trims, the improper trims, the incorrect trims, we need to get rid of that right now, quick, fast, and in a hurry, because it's just making people's hair more damaged than it was before.
Oh my God.
And then the third thing of this video, I want to talk about how to properly detangle your natural hair. So one thing about natural hair, and like I said, I got all these years in the industry, so you might want to keep listening. But anyway, you want to use a wide tooth comb, and don't shampoo your hair first. Don't wet your hair first. If you take down braids, if you take out a sew-in, if you take down crochet braids, if you take down some 2-strand twists, whatever you take down, you guys, or even if your hair just natural and you just came out of some type of protective style, you want to detangle your hair. So you use a wide tooth comb, you guys, which you guys all know what that is. You start at the ends of your hair and you work your way up. But what you do not want to do, you do not want to start off just taking these twists down, taking your protective style down, taking your crochet braids down, taking your sew-in down, and go straight to the shampoo bowl, or straight to the shower to shampoo your hair, or straight to your kitchen sink. That's gonna be a negatory, you guys, a negatory. So what you want to do is, like I said, detangle first. So now a great secret little concoction mixture that I used to use, or we used at my salon, you just take a spray bottle with a spray pump. It could be a kind of big bottle, 10 ounces, 12 ounces, whatever you got at the house. So you want to put some water in it, fill it halfway with water, and then you want to take a conditioner, any kind of conditioner. It could be a cheap kind or whatever. You just going to use this as a detangling method to help you detangle your natural hair that you just coming out of a protective style with. So you want to take some conditioner and you want to squeeze some into that water, into that spray bottle, and shake it up very well. Now you can put a little bit of oil in there if you like. If you have some type of oil at home, jojoba oil or some type of oil that you may have at home, you could put a little bit in there. You don't have to, but you can if you like. Again, shake it up, shake it. And so you guys, you want to have at least that bottle filled up, more than halfway, and then conditioner and a little oil if you decide to put that in there. Shake it up well. That's going to be what you do. You're going to spray that on. That's going to be how you detangle your hair. And what that conditioner and a little bit of oil is going to do, or just the conditioner by itself with the water, it's going to add slip to your hair. Slip. SLIP, and it's going to make your hair easy to detangle. And then when you get ready to shampoo your hair, it's going to make it that much more easier. So it's just a small little secret sauce that I'm telling you about. That's all you got to do, you guys. And you always want to do that if your hair is natural, so you won't cause your hair to mat up or tangle up or be fighting against you. And and a lot of people are doing their hair at home, which I understand why, because of this economy, gas prices and all that. So I get it. So I just wanted to come on here and give you really briefly these 3 tips. I hope it helped. Don't forget, comment, like, subscribe, do all that, hype me up. When you do that, you guys, you're helping my channel. You're helping other people learn about my channel. Again, it's over 30 years that I have in this industry. So I'm your hair care guru. Thanks so much for watching. If you got to the end, thank you so much. Peace and blessings to you guys. I'm going to see you on my next video.